So we continue with our syllabus. We have to do this last part of paper 2 here. The one and the many, right? One and the many here is referring to what? One, there is the only one reality, What we say God is one, but we call him by many names. Ekam Sat Vipra Bahuda Vadanti. And the many. Of it, the God is not many. There is only one. But yes, he has many forms, right? And the fact that he has many forms, yes, just because he has many roles, many duties, and the fact that he has many forms, many roles, right? We got different theistic traditions. We got different traditions. Instead of everyone following one path only, we have people who have and who are still following different kinds of tradition. We call that the theistic tradition. Theistic particularly believe in God, right? So here we are going to see these traditions: henotheism, monism, monotheism, pantheism, and polytheism. You will have to be able to explain what is the meaning of the term, okay? And we'll discuss about it, right? So this part is typically from the syllabus, right? So as I was just saying, there is only one God, right? But we call God by many names. He has many names, he has many forms, just like us human. We are all different humans, but we are all one, we are common. So the humanness is common. Likewise, God, there is only one. Remember the verse I just told you? The Veda affirms reality is one. The sages speak of it in many ways. This is what we call the verse Ekam Sadvipra Puhuda Vadanti. This is, if we have to define Hinduism maybe in a sentence, this is the perfect one, right? Some people do criticize Hinduism because Hinduism, buku God, all right? But it's not the fact. God is one, right? Hindus worship one supreme being by different names. Parce que we have people, especially from India, parce que the source of Hinduism is there, from that sacred land. We have different languages, we have different cultures, right? And those people, they have understood God, they have perceived God, perceive into inverted commas, parce que ne pas vraiment qu'à perceive him, but ils ne comprend plutôt God, understood God in their own way. And each of them from different states, from different regions of India, and each of them, they have understood God in a different way. Thus, we got different cultures, thus we got different traditions, right? And mainly, say, the four things that you have learned already, the four Hindu denominations, Mapelsa, the Shaivism, Shaktism, Vaishnavism, and Smartism, right? Donc, for the Shaiva, those who follow Shaivism, for them, Shiv is the supreme. Shaktism, Shakti is the supreme. Vaishnavism, Vishnu is the supreme. Or yeah, any form of Vishnu is the supreme. And Smarta, the 5 deities, right? But the point is, they can be following, these people may be following different ways, different traditions, no? But the main idea is they are worshipping God. That is the main thing. And that is the very purpose of life, to reach moksha. As we have to go to Port Louis, you may take one way to go to Port Louis. I can take another route to go to Port Louis. A third one can take another third route to go to Port Louis, but our destination is the same, right? These people aussi, c'est la même chose. For them, for some people, henotheism is the way, mono is the way, monotheism is the way, right? Everyone has a different way. But what is more important? We are reaching our destination, right? So if we have to understand the word theism, because theistic movement, Hinduism is theistic. They really believe in God. They believe in scriptures. They believe in doing good things, good actions. So if you see the definition of the word theism, it is a belief in the existence of a God, ou bien gods, that is many forms of God. Especially believe in one God as creator of the universe, intervening with sustaining, right? The word is recorded from the late 17th century and comes from the Greek word theos, which means God. This is the definition we have in the dictionary, specifically Oxford Dictionary, right? Donc, theism, c'est ça. It is a belief in God. That's it. Now, let's see the first one. Comment on dit là? The first, tout ça, let's see the first one, right? That is henotheism. What is the meaning of henotheism? Let's see that. So it is difficult to characterize Hinduism either monotheistic or polytheistic, right? Nous pouvons dire Hinduism est monothéistique. Monothéistique veut dire qu'il croit dans un seul God. Polytheistic est-ce qu'il croit dans beaucoup de forms of God, right? Quite difficult. Some people in Hinduism, Arya Samaji, for example, Lili peut dire monotheist. Ils peuvent prier only the supreme one, the formless one, no other God. But for example, those worshipping the Smarta, for example, those who follow the Smartism, really polytheistic, they prier the 5 gods, different forms of God, right? So the one supreme God is believed to manifest himself in many forms, like Brahma, Vishnu, Shiv, Parvati, etc., and many, many other forms, right? At the same time, each of these divinities is perceived and worshipped as Brahman only. To some forms of God, whichever form, okay. Each of us, let's say we might be praying Vishnu, Shiv, Lakshmi, whatever. We are praying the Brahman. We're not praying anything else, anyone else. We are praying the Brahman. They are looked upon as innumerable forms. They have innumerable aspects, forms. Scholars tend to categorize Hinduism as either henotheism or kathenotheism. This word n'est pas dans ce syllabus, but this is the right word for you, henotheism. What is the henotheism? The system henotheism veut dire quoi? The belief in one God. Ça comment dire, ou prier Shiv. Okay, you believe in that one God. Shiv is the supreme for you, but you do not deny the existence of other God. Ou pas peut prier Vishnu, ou pas peut prier Shakti, ou pas peut prier Hanuman, Buddha, whichever other forms. You are praying only Shiv. Okay, you believe in Shiv, but you do not deny the existence of other God. Ou pas dénigrer ceci, ou pas disrespect ceci, and you don't deny. Right? This is the term henotheism. You believe in one God, you worship your one personal God that you have without denying the existence of other forms of God. This is how you should define the word henotheism, right? The term was actually originally used by Max Muller to define the Vedic religion, right? Cathenotheism is a slightly variation of henotheism. Well, I'm telling you this is cathenotheism is not part of your syllabus, but I've included it parce qu'il refer also to henotheism. So cathenotheism is a slight variant of henotheism, which refers to the worship of several deities, each considered to be the supreme god. Cathenotheism is a worship two quality form of God. Okay. And you consider each of the god as the supreme. Right? But you have to remember here the meaning of henotheism, the belief in God, in one God, without denying the existence of other gods. Right? Some people are like that. Let's see maintenant monism. Monism is also called the Advaita. The word Dvait veut dire deux, dual. Advait veut dire not dual, non-dual, non-dualism. That is not two. S'il n'est pas deux, il est un seul. This is the meaning of Advait, which is not two, which is not dual, which is one. And we call that in English monism, right? So how you define monism? It is a theory or a doctrine that denies the existence of a distinction or duality in a particular sphere, such as matter, mind, God, and the world. Ou bien, comment décrire le terme? C'est the doctrine that it is a doctrine that believes that there is only one supreme being which exists. This is how we define monism, in and self God. Maybe you can say the Arya Samajists, they are the monism. They follow the monism, right? Advait school believes that Brahman is one and only reality, that and everything else is just an appearance, ou bien on appelle ça an illusion. You know, there's this story. This is a story you have to remember. You should write in your work also whenever needed. It's not a story, but plutôt an analogy, on appelle ça. When you enter a dark room, there's no light, there's complete darkness. You walk in the room, it happened that your leg touches a rope. But since it is dark, you know, and rope, comment il était, il peut tomber en bas, il peut comme un serpent, right? And since it's dark, you can't see the rope. And in your mind, you just come to the conclusion, oh, this is a snake, and then we get scared and so on because of the darkness. So à cause darkness, untus avec un rope, and then you had in your mind, oh, this is a snake. Does the snake exist there? No. There's only the rope. There's no snake there. So this is illusion, right? And the monism, the Advaita, ou bien the monism says there is only the supreme being. Everything else, apart from the supreme being, everything else is illusion. The creation of God also is just a projection, is just an illusion. It is not a reality. There is only one reality, and that reality is God, the Supreme. Ça, c'est the belief of monism. Now, let's see monotheism. How you define monotheism? The doctrine or belief that there is only one God. This is as per the Oxford meaning. So here monotheism characterizes the traditions of the Judaism, this is a religion, of Christianity and Islam. Monotheism is a belief in a single creator God and the lack of belief in any other creator. You believe only in a single creator God, in Aziz and seul créateur. If someone else is following another religion, so God is not the creator. My God is the creator. This is the monotheism belief, right? Many forms of Hinduism believe in monotheistic God. For example, Krishna followers, the Vaishnava, who say only Krishna, only Vishnu is the creator, right? Ou pour capable dire Vaishnavism, il y a un monothéisme belief system. Shaivism, the monotheist belief system, parce qu'il y a des believe only that that particular God is the creator, is the supreme, right? Then we have pantheism, pantheism. What does it mean? The view that God is everything, or that God and the universe are one. Dans la dire monothéisme, monism, that for monism, that God is the only reality and everything is illusion. But here, pantheism, il peut dire que the view that God is everything and that God and the universe, they are one. They are not different. God has created the universe. God and the universe, they are one. Because universe, c'est nous, right? So the term pantheism was coined by mathematician Joseph Raphson, who was a professor Raphson in 1697, and has since been used to describe the beliefs of a variety of people and organizations. Nous avons le terme, c'est ça le terme panthéisme. Maintenant, next to it, we have panentheism. Panentheism. This is not in your syllabus. Remember that. Panentheism is a belief that God is greater than the universe. Here it says God and the universe, they are one. But panentheism, God and the universe, God and his creation, n'est pas one, parce que God is greater than his own creation. Right? So here you can see the Gita, the Bhagavad Gita, is rather panentheism. God is greater, no? Rather than pantheism. God is in all things. Krishna has said himself, he is in all things. But the visible universe is spring from only a fraction of Vishnu's glory. There is also a hidden part of God which extends beyond the universe. So it's something very vast, very beyond our comprehension, to understand the creation of God, to understand the idea why God did creation, how he did creation. If you are understanding the term Slav, they are all worshipping God. None of the system is denying the existence of the other. None of the system would disrespect the other. Yes, the person does not have to do it. And it's and it's only about God, right? It's only si nous disons the panentheism, really peut dire God and be greater than his creation. God is the ultimate one. God is the reality. He is greater than everything. You will see yourself, maybe you will categorize yourself in every of these theistic movement, theistic tradition we are talking about. At least for me, comme ça, I can find myself in every. I do believe that God is greater than everything. God is greater. Here it is. God is greater than everything. So I can call myself a panentheist. At times, I do believe that God and the universe, they are one. Because we are part of God. We are one. I am a pantheist. At times, I will believe that there's only one God. This is the monotheist. At times, we will believe in monism. You will see yourself, actually, you will categorize yourself, maybe not in all of them, but in the majority of them. Parce que this is basically Hinduism. Parce qu'il nous prend, you know, the Hinduism, Lili Pediao, comment nous apprend dans les suttas, especially. The God is Lili formless, Lipa and form, the fair creation. So there's only one chain, there's only one connection. The Supreme, if you're praying the Supreme, you are monotheist, right? For example. And the other one is praying the other forms of God. What's the difference? There's no difference. Basically, from one chain, all of them, they are similar. All the forms are similar, right? This leads us to polytheism. This is basically what people say. Hinduism is polytheistic. But Hinduism is not only polytheistic. Hinduism is monistic. Hinduism is monotheistic. Hinduism is panentheistic. Hinduism is pantheistic. That is, Hinduism is such the big umbrella. Could cover everything. Everyone can have shelter under that umbrella. So polytheism, bien sûr, c'est the belief ou bien the worship of more than one God. Like at times on Monday, we are going to pray Shiv. On Tuesday, we are going to pray Hanuman or Kali. On Wednesday, we are going to pray Ganesh, Saraswati. You know, we pray, we believe in them. And when we are praying them, all of the forms of God, at times we do Durga Puja, at times we do Vishnu Puran, at times we do Krishna Janmashtami, we are praying all of them in the similar way. Nous get the two forms of God pareil. When I'm doing Krishna Janmashtami, I'm not saying, oh, Krishna, you're supreme. And when I'm doing Ganesh Chaturthi, oh, I'm not saying, oh, Ganesh, you're not supreme, you're inferior. It's not that. I'm doing it in the same way, with the same determination, with the same devotion, with the same idea of getting the blessings of God, with the same idea of maybe getting liberated. Right? So this is about this whole system of theism, right? These are some videos from the YouTube. You can watch them. You can reflect on the topic.